Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing a hashtag. This one is called Dark Academia Tarot. And this was created by Dana over at Tarot Geek. And I loved it. Immediately I seen it and I'm like, I really want to fit this into my video lineup. I have so many videos already that I have to get out between the decks that I'm releasing and the decks that I've gotten on review. And oh my goodness, just I got a lot. But I really love this. I mean, if you've seen my room, you know I really do like Dark Academia. I love watching videos on decorating in Dark Academia. I love the whole like gothic and just like romantic, you know, like movies like Crimson Tide, or not Crimson Tide, Crimson Peak. And anyways, so I wanted to do this particular hashtag. So I've got all my decks ready and I'm trying to stick with in the theme also of Dark Academia, but that's not really for a couple of these decks. It's not going to be so easy because the descriptions after, you know, I had to pick a couple of different decks that are not really like Dark Academia. But let's just get started. So the first one is, and I will put these all down below, or you know what? I'm not going to put them down below. I'm going to put a link down below over to Dana's video. So please go and watch. And if you're going to do it, you know, give her the credit, please. So the first one is Secret of the Library, the deck that captivates you with its mysteries and hidden depths. And what I thought of was the Alchemical Tarot. This one, because of it being alchemical, you know, I don't know a whole lot about the alchemical process. Oops, sorry. But it intrigues me. So this is going to be another study that I eventually get to. But for now, it just intrigues me. It's something that I want to explore. And I think that this deck is perfect for a study deck because it's so massive. I can draw one a day and really dig deep, and there's so much going on. And the book for this is just phenomenal. I've read a little bit out of it and it's deep. It is so friggin' deep. So I definitely thought of this one for my library, my secret library, or what was it called? Secret of the Library. Yes. So it's like that hidden gem that you want to explore, that big tome that you're just like, oh my gosh, what lies within those pages of this like antique, like old book, you know, the kind that we all want on our shelves. Well, the majority of us, I think, that are in this community, we want those old tomes that just have all this secret knowledge, occult knowledge, right? I feel like this deck has that. So that was and it feels very Dark Academia to me because of it being like, also like a Curiosities Cabinet kind of deck, right? It is just so different. Very like full of oddities and yeah. So let's go on to the next deck is Inkwell and Quill, a deck that inspires you creatively, like the pages of an old leather-bound journal. Your Muse deck. And oh my goodness, I just love this deck so much. The artwork is just amazing to me. The way, I mean, the cardstock is just, I don't even have the words for it. This is like an old leather journal that you find. It's just so beautiful. And it really is like a muse deck for me. So stunning. So that is The Naked Truth by, they have a new name. Is it Baroque Publishing? It was Baroque Tarot, but it's now Baroque Publishing. I'm just in love with this deck. So that was the second prompt. So the third prompt was Eternal Autumn, a deck that captures the melancholy and beauty of fall, embodying the bittersweet nature of change. I put, because this feels like a fall deck to me, just with its coloring and everything. I mean, I don't want to pull out all the extras. It feels like very fall to me, and it does feel melancholy, maybe because of the colors that are used, maybe because it's got such a religious like feel to it. I think this deck is absolutely stunning also, and it feels very dark academia to me as well. Like I said, I'm trying to stay within that theme as well. And I only did tarot. I don't know, I can't remember if she pulled out anything other than tarot, but I wanted to stay within the, you know, what it says. And I would say that in my tarot, I have more dark academia decks in tarot than I do in oracle anyways. So yeah, I thought of the Tarot Volatile and the big tome of a book that goes with it. Oh, just stunning. The artwork is just stunning to me. So that was my choice for 3, the Eternal Autumn deck. So the next one is the Philosopher's Stone, a deck that aids in mental transformation. And so for that one, I thought of the Mystical Dream Tarot. Now, I know this is not like super, like dark academia, but this, I feel like a lot of our own stuff is revealed in the dream state and in our dreams. So this is a great deck for exploration into the psyche, right? And mental transformation. This is a wonderful deck for exploring your dreams. And it's so like, so off the wall. It's definitely made for the dreamscape, you know? So, and that's what I think of when I think of like how our shadow is integrated many times or revealed to us through our dreams. So I thought of this particular deck. And I do think it's not dark academia, but it is very romantic. And because it's on the dreamscape, it's kind of dark. I wouldn't say it's not foreboding, but it is very introspective, right? So that was my choice for prompt number 4, the Philosopher's Stone deck. So the next prompt is Candlelight in the Shadows, a deck that is ideal for reading by candlelight late at night. And I thought of this beauty, the Dark Mansions Tarot. I know this is not a super spooky deck, but it is beautiful nonetheless. And I love the whole experience working with this deck. I don't look into any guidebooks or anything like that because there isn't one that comes with it, but it's so, it's easy to read. So if I'm doing it by candlelight, I'm just trying to have a little fun, honestly. I just want the aesthetic because I can't read too well in the candlelight. Let's just be honest. So something like this is beautiful. And putting it by the candlelight because I have candles going. It looks beautiful. So that was my, what is that, prompt number 5? The Candlelight in the Shadows. That was the Dark Mansions Tarot. The next prompt is prompt 6, and it says Ghost of the Past, a sentimental deck. And because I was sticking with the tarot, I thought of this gorgeous deck, which it's the Art History for Past Lives Tarot, or the Art History Tarot for Past Lives. This is another one that you can do some massive, shadow work, but via past life exploration. You can use it for other things as well, but I love this deck for also going into past lives. And that was one of the things it said was Ghosts of the Past, a sentimental deck. So I thought of this one. The Art History for Past Lives Tarot. In conjunction with the book, and in conjunction with the guidebook that came with it, and in conjunction with the 21 days, 21 days to uncovering your past self, or I can't remember the name of it. I've talked about it on here recently. So I think that the combination of those two books with this, the exploration is deep and very interesting. And even goes into like the essence of the soul, not just talking about like the past lives, but like the essence of the soul itself is talked about in that 21 days like workbook. It's a workbook to go with this one, which it is on Amazon. So that would be my answer for, is it 6? Yes. Okay, so the next one is, oh, I had this folded over, let me see. Prompt 7, Scholarly Pursuits, a tarot deck that you use to study, learn, and gain a deeper comprehension of the cards. And for that, I chose the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. Because along with this particular deck, there is much more exploration that can be done. I mean, she's got the I Ching, she's got the astrological. I always say this, I can't remember what that's for, but it's there. She's got the book of maps. She's also got like courses that you can do. Is it a 21 day? Not the book of maps, but it's a workbook. I've got that too. I started to do it and then didn't do it. But I did study this deck. Pretty much the whole deck. I didn't do it by myself. But there is so much to explore, even in the backgrounds. And there's many cultures in here, many different pantheons. This is like a magical deck, so it can be used. I mean, like, each one of these is like a spell in itself, or a protection, or some sort of amulet, or it's amazing. So forever you could be exploring this deck. And she's coming out with another one for Atea, or I think it's called Atea. I'm not sure. But oh my goodness, I want to get that too. But she said it's probably going to be a couple of years. So I'm just going to patiently wait and just keep on watching. But her art style and the amount of stuff that she puts in them just blow me away. I just love them so much. So that was my Spirit Keepers, and that was for the 7th prompt of the Scholarly Pursuits and, yeah, Scholarly Pursuits. So the next deck is 8, Moonlit Daydream, the deck that reminds you of forgotten fantasies that linger in your head at midnight. And for that one, I grabbed out the Pythonic Tarot, because this one is like delving into another realm and working with like the goddess and or dark goddess and moon work and witchcraft and the underworld, and it's just beautiful, right? Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. The book is great. I love the backs. Oh, I love this deck. The Sorceress. The Web of Word. This is like another realm, isn't it? Another reality, so fantasy. 10 of Wands, look at that. Beautiful. And this definitely fits into, for me, especially in ones like this, very like dark academia. I mean, that's beautiful. Dark academia with color, you know. Look at that. Man, this deck is so beautiful. It's definitely not traditional. It's not like a, which dark academia is like dark woods and candlelight and books, old books, right? So it's not like that, but I feel like this is even more ancient than that. So the next one, the next prompt is 9, Withering Heights, a deck that stirs intense emotions like a gothic romance novel. I'm sure you guys are going to know which one, right? It had to be Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels. Oh man, if that doesn't scream dark romance right there, right? Gothic romance. If that doesn't scream gothic romance. Even the dark reds and the dark like vampires, and they're beautiful and sultry and seductive and dark, mysterious. You don't want to be attracted to them, but you are, and you know it's dangerous, right? Yes. It's like that forbidden fruit that you're not supposed to eat, but you know you're gonna. That's this deck, right? All right, so that was my, was that 8? No, was that 9? Yep, Withering Heights, a deck that stirs intense emotions like a gothic romance novel. So that was the Tarot of Vampires. The next one we have is 10, the Ivy Covered Tower. This deck evokes the spirit of your most beloved mentor. So for me, it's not gothic, it's not dark academia, but it is like my most beloved mentor deck, because I feel like I came alive as a tarot reader with this particular deck. Now this reminds me of dark academia, that card, but the majority does not. But between the book and the illustrations, this was right up my alley. So I'm sure that Chris Ann did not know that she was my tarot mentor, but she was most definitely my tarot mentor. I have connected the most with this deck. It was almost like an immediate connection, like it was a soul contract with this deck. And probably a lot of people feel that way because it is such a good, easy reader. And if you really, for me, that's what I needed to really push me over the edge from being somebody that was trying to learn tarot or to being an actual tarot reader. It was this deck. Between this one and the Everyday Witch, those were instrumental to me. So I do think finding that, I don't think it's necessary to find that one deck, right? And maybe not everybody is going to find that one deck. But if you do find that one deck, it can be such a game changer, right? This was the game changer deck for me. So for prompt number 10, the ivy covered tower, and the deck that evokes the spirit of your most beloved mentor, that would be the Light Seers for me. Hands down, it has to be the Light Seers for me. There was lots of there's other decks, tarot decks that I've connected to, don't get me wrong. And there's other like oracle decks that I feel like are mentors for me too. But this was the first. Really, this was the first one. So the next one is Golden Sunset. Which deck reminds you of the last pleasures that you get to endure during the summer's waning hours? It says a liminal deck. Now, at first I thought about the Serpent Fire, but then I thought, I mean, it can be liminal, and that is like a lot of, feels like a lot of sunshine, but not necessarily sunset, right? Which is what I think of at the end of summer kind of thing, is like dusk, right? So I thought of what is really liminal to me. And to me, what's very liminal is the Shimmering Veil Tarot. And I guess you could kind of see this as dusk also, because there's a lot of, like, it's like blurry, right? So at dusk, things are not as crisp and clear to see, which is what I would think of at the end of summer, is, like I said, dusk, the setting sun, right? So you've got enough light to see, but maybe not enough light to discern what you're seeing, right? It's like, I mean, not quite as bad as like guessing what is in the shadows, but seeing what is in the liminal. That's definitely the stack. It had to be the stack. This is like my liminal. This is like my angelic energy. This is like elemental energy. Like, I know she's got another one like Divas. I want to get that. I would like to get a couple of her decks. But, I mean, somebody asked me, I think it was Damie By, she goes, I'm like wondering how big your wish list is. And it's like, I don't have a house big enough for my wish list. Let's put it that way, you know. But pretty much all of Silicon Way's decks are on my wish list because I just love this. I don't even use it as often as I should, but I love it. I love the whole concept of it. This is a perfect deck to use for work in October also. So that was my number 11, my Golden Sunset, the liminal deck, the Shimmering Veil Tarot. We have one more, and that is Whispers Under the Oak Tree. Which deck makes you think of the timeless truths that lurk and hide in the depths of our souls? And, for me, right now, I am just like crushing hard and in love with this deck. And I want to get several of their decks also. It's just, I got to watch myself, man. Not just my budget, because my goodness. But also, I'm running out of space. You know? I do not want to go any further than what I have right here. I don't want to have to reorganize, keep on reorganizing. I want to, either that or it's time to start getting rid of some more decks, which I'm thinking that time's going to be coming up soon anyways. But I have been doing so much past life work with this particular deck, and I am just in love with it. I am in love with the quality of the deck, the size of the deck, the artwork of the deck. I love the guidebook. I mean, it's a leather bound. It's so beautifully bound. Quality pages, like photo quality pages. And it's even like edged in the gold. Oh, this is just, and it's the perfect little size. And the writing is, I mean, I still need my glasses a little bit, but I can read this. Like the Ace of Wands represents new beginnings and inventiveness. But it is a struggle for me. Clearly, it is a struggle. That's just because of my own eyes. But this is such a beautiful deck for, like, what did it say? Truths that lurk and hide in the depths of our souls. And because of all of the past life work that I've been doing with this deck, I feel like it is uncovering part of my soul, part of my soul experiences that have lurked in the dark, maybe in my dreams, flashes in my dreams, and phobias and fears that I have, or strengths that I have in this life. This deck right now is what has currently been helping me discover those things. So it had to be this one. And I mean, look at that beautiful medieval. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving this. Oh, and it just feels so good. And look at, those are all, you can, I don't know if you can even tell, but those are all like gold, what do they even call it? Gold embossing, or like gold leaf, whatever. And so are the numbers and the writing down below. So those were my Dark Academia Tarot decks. As I said, I will put a link over to Dana's original video. And if you want to do this also, go on over and watch her video and grab all of the prompts from under her video, okay? So thank you for spending this time with me. And I have really been enjoying watching these, and I hope to see more people doing this. Such a fun, I love Dark Academia. Perfect time of year. I just loved it. So thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm sending you love always.